Okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be for Samara from The Ring. I actually recently got a flood of requests for this look, so I thought I'd better do it. I'll flash on the screen now the first few people that actually requested this look, because there have been so many. Obviously I can't put everyone's name on the screen because it would go on forever, but these are the first few people. And the first person who requested it was Ludo Phillips, so I'll pop their name there. Hopefully I pronounced that right. So thank you so much for being the first person. Thanks everyone who requested this look. So if you'd like to see how to recreate this look, stay tuned. Right, so to get things started, I'm going to start by blocking out my eyebrows, as usual, because I'm going to be using a fair amount of liquid latex in this look, again, as usual. So, yeah, so I'm going to block them out. I'll pop a link here to a tutorial I've done in the past to teach you guys how to do that, just so I can save some time up in this video. Just make sure you apply like Spirit Gum, then wax, then another layer of Spirit Gum, just so it's completely safe, because I will use liquid latex directly over my eyebrows. As long as you've got 3 layers of coat there to protect it, you're absolutely fine. So, yeah, so I'm going to do that, and we shall go from there. So then I can take a sponge and some liquid latex, and I'm going to just start by saturating the whole area where my eyebrows are, so straight across here, because I want to build up the area a little bit. So I'm going to do that for about 3 coats and let that dry, and then we can work on doing something else to them to build them up. Then after just applying another 4th coat, I can take some regular tissue paper, which I've torn in 2, so I've got the thinner halves, just so it's easy. It sticks better when it's only in their thinner halves. Then I can press that down, just over the latex, just pull off the edges, and we'll just press it down, and then once it's all pressed down I can take some more latex and just saturate that. So I'm going to do that for probably about, not 7, maybe about 4 coats this time, just so I can get rid of the natural shape. I want it to be more rounded, obviously a bit more evil, so try and make it a bit thicker towards the middle part of the eyebrows and just taper it off towards the edges. It hopefully should just round the eyes off and make them look a lot more sunken in. Okay, so that's the effect it gives. Very emotionless across, but it does make the eyes look a lot more sunken in. And when I colour that in, do the bags under the eyes, hopefully that'll add to the effect. So, that's not quite dry yet, but that's all good. Now I'm going to take some more liquid latex, and as I said, this is going to be quite a heavy latex look. I'm going to start covering it all over my face. I'm only going to do about 1 coat, maybe 2 coats on my face and my neck, just because she's got this really rough textured skin, and I want to apply it over and start pulling little bits out just to make it look more cracked and waterlogged, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm going to apply that all over my face. Do not go obviously on your eyelids or anything like that. Go around the eyes, because we can colour that in with like darker colours afterwards to make them look more sunken. Actually, whilst this is drying, I'm on my 2nd coat now. I'm just going to apply some tissue on my neck as well, exactly the same way I did my eyebrows. Not to get any shape up, I just want there to be really thick texture on the neck, 'cause it seems to get like progressively more cracky and gross as it gets further down, so I want the neck to be, yeah, quite creepy. Plus it's going to be a huge hole here, so yeah. Then, when everything's all dry, I'm just going to take some tweezers, and the idea is that I'm just going to start picking away areas of the latex, just to not make huge holes, just to make a rough surface area. And I'm going to do that, there we go, all the way around this whole area. Not so much up here, more it's all here, and then all over the neck, and the neck's going to have this huge area here, but I'll do that in a bit. So yeah, so just keep picking away at it, don't make the holes too big, and just take your time. Then I can just do the same thing, but obviously a lot bigger. I'm just going to pull the area apart where my neck is, just so I've got that hole just about there that she seems to have in the film. Then I'm going to take a black Snazaroo watercolour and a fluffy brush for this, because I don't want to apply it like a foundation. And the idea is to use it not too heavily, but I'm going to start spackling it around the area here on my neck and up here. I'm going to cover over the top of it with white afterwards, but I want this whole area here and here to have a good gradient going up, and I want it to be very like randomly splattered like it is in the film. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then we can start on the white. Okay, so now I can take a Snazaroo Clown White, and in exactly the same as again, but the opposite. So I'm going to do, instead of going bottom upwards, I'm going to start here, make it thicker here, and then start blending it downwards. So after lots and lots of random stippling, I'm left with something like this, but this is going to be the base, and I can do the fine detail, and I'm going to go in afterwards and then just do a bit more lighter areas, and yeah. So now I can start working on the eyes. So I'm going to take a Grimas Black Cream in 101, and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelids and just try and round off this shape up here. So try not to go further than this area here, just so we can make the eyes look very sunken in. I'm also going to go underneath the eye as well. And the brilliant thing about creams is once you've coloured in the basic area, you can take another brush and you can just start tapering the colour outwards so there's no harsh line. So I'm just going to fade that out as far as I can so there's no like direct line. Then using the same black cream and a really stiff fine brush, I can load up the colour and I can start drawing on the lines, the more fine detail that she seems to have. So like for example, she's got a very furrowed brow, so if I scrunch my brow up, I can just roughly draw on that kind of a shape, and I can just taper it off into the forehead, and just make sure wherever you do shading, the fatter area needs to be blended into. So I want this bit to stand out, so if I just pull this colour that way, it just gives the illusion more of a shadow. She also has a very, very strong nasolabial fold. It's almost as if a snarl, so you need to pull this whole area up. So let's see, so I'm going to do some more furrow in here on the nose. Yeah, and then a bit more down the sides. And then I'm just going to quickly do the nasolabial fold. So I'm going to start at the base of the nose and then just work my way down and just colour that in so it's extra dark. And with this you blend it outwards so the top lip is more puffy. I'm also just going to do one line underneath both of the eyes just to make them look a bit more puffy. I'm also going to darken up my nostrils as well. You might have noticed that I'm using the white watercolour down the bridge of my nose and the forehead here, just because I want the nose to be as wide as possible, because she's, with this snarl, it's made her nose look quite wide and it's quite a cool effect. So I'm not going to shade anything, I'm just going to highlight just down the bridge of my nose and down the sides. She also seems to have these they're kind of like cracks. Well, I think they're meant to be veins or something like that, or cracks, I don't know, but they're not in typical vein colour. So I'm going to take a black Collection 2000 felt eyeliner pen, or extreme felt eyeliner pen, and I'm just going to drag a few lines cracking off from each other all along the hairline here. The reason I've not done this area, by the way, is because I'm going to be wearing obviously the long black wig, so there's no real need for that, or my ears, but it's up to you guys. So yeah, I'm just going to lightly draw these along the hairline, and no further than there, basically. Then I'm just going to line the waterline of my eyes with an eyeliner gel by Collection 2000 in black. Then, taking my trusty black hairspray, I'm just going to lightly spray over this look, not like in one fluid motion, I'm just going to spray, that kind of thing, in tiny areas just to break it up a bit more and to make it a bit darker. So obviously make sure to breathe in really full before you start spraying it so you don't inhale it, to make sure you're in a well ventilated area. Yeah. And I'm also just going to do the same pattern on my face with the black and the white on my neck and chest area as well. So there we go. Sorry I jumped ahead a tiny bit. I sprayed my hairline. You don't have to do that, it's just bugging me. I know I'm having a wig on, but yeah. And I did a few more little holes up here because I think it needed to go a bit more further up. But yeah, so now that's done, I can apply my wig. So there we are. My wig I've got is just a long brown wig that I've straightened and sprayed it black. And I've just pulled it into two, and I've just sprayed it with hairspray just to make it look wet and shiny, and yeah. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the black cream and a medium fluffy brush. I'm just going to run it across the inside of my lips and just blend it outwards. So not like an actual lipstick, it's more of just a stain, and it's just to look just like all the life has gone, so there's no colour there. Actually, another quick afterthought. Sorry, I'm just thinking, all the reference pictures I'm looking at, there's a tiny hint of colour underneath the eye. So I'm just going to take a Grimas Red Cream Makeup in 504, and I'm just going to coat that, only a tiny bit, underneath both my eyes, and just blend it outwards with the black. That's better. So just a tiny hint of the colour. Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it really, to be honest. I mean, the costume is, I haven't really got anything for that, I'm afraid. It's looking like a white dress, isn't it? But for now, I'll just make do with this. Obviously, I don't think you'd go out naked. unless that's the way you swing, in which case fair enough. So yeah, so that's my Samara or the ring makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you like it, please make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, the usual. And yeah, so until next time, bye.